This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook at audiblepodcast.com/Destructoid. Welcome to Destructoid, guys. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville.
And thanks for everyone who tuned into our live stream. Apparently there were some technical difficulties, not during the actual stream, but afterwards. So we have to do the entire thing again.
Yeah, so pretend this is live. Pretend you're watching this and it's happening and it's exciting and it's just real life. Yeah.
So basically, YouTube has chosen us to help debut their live stream service. If you guys caught Anthony Carbone's episode of Bytejacker last week, he did it all live, and then Max was on Dan 3.0 yesterday.
It was a joint effort on our part.
Yeah,
so
actually, you were on the set.
Dan 3.0 versus Destructoid. We had a Pokemon battle, and apparently I kicked the shit out of him. I mean, I didn't expect that.
I grovel at your feet, Max. You are the Pokemaster.
But basically, we did that. That was a lot of fun. Let's see. We're gonna try and get a video of that.
Yeah.
up
So
soon.
basically, what we're gonna be doing today is we took a lot of suggestions from you guys on our Facebook page, our Facebook poll. Some of them inappropriate. We won't be talking about them.
You guys wanted me to.
But basically, some news happened. Oh.
I got her a new mug. It was a
got
lot
me a
more
new
exciting
mug.
live, even though I gave her the mug like an hour before we started shooting. You guys complained about how I broke her mug on the live stream or whatever.
So instead, he stole one from a child and gave it to me.
I put stickers on there myself.
Oh.
I did steal it. I stole it from someone.
Is that your handwriting?
Yeah, I wrote that. I wrote Tara's
Okay.
cup for drinking things. Before we start, Squid Bear shirt. It's a shirt with Squid Bear on it. You can go and buy this for yourself at splitreason.com/Destructoid. Hop on over there. It's the Squid Bear shirt. It's the only one.
Yeah. Just a brief overview of what we're going to be doing
Choose a gentleman,
today.
choose Squid Bear.
Some news happened this morning, so you guys need to know about it. We're going to cover that.
Okay.
Then afterwards, we're going to talk about a couple games that are coming up this week.
Yeah.
We've got Portal 2 and Noire. That's
Mortal
not coming out this week.
Kombat.
And Mortal Kombat.
Portal.
And then later we'll talk about Noire because the audience suggested it.
Yeah.
So why don't you lead us off with some news about Nick Chester?
This was much more exciting live. I promise you that. You guys are missing out. This is just whatever. Anyway,
Pathetic.
Destructoid editor-in-chief / Grand Admiral Nick Chester was in Miami recently for the Captivate event, which is Capcom's big annual press event, and he was previewing a huge pile of Capcom's releases for this next year. And there's like a lot to cover. There's a lot to look at. I'm kind of phoned this one in. You should go to Destructoid.com and read the previews for yourself. I'll give you the cliff notes, though. Dead Rising 2 Off the Record is a new spin on Dead Rising, where you reprise the role of Frank West, and that's coming out in the fall. Then there's Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which is Street Fighter and Tekken combined. I'm kind of lukewarm about that, but I'm sure a lot of people are stoked. There's Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, which takes place between Resident Evils 1 and 2, and you play as one of the Umbrella Corp guys. He's a secret, sneaky Black Ops guy, so you go around killing zombies and monsters as well as survivors from the whole Umbrella virus or whatever.
Sure, why not?
And then there's there's Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, which is not a full game exactly. It's going to be a $15 DLC pack for it's like an add-on for 360 and PS3, and that's coming out on June 7th. And there's going to be retail and PC versions to follow. And I think that's funny because that's like the fourth Street Fighter 4 remix they've done in the last 2 years. If you
Entirely
look at them
too many of them.
And let's see. Here's Tara with some shit about birds. Yo, girl, I heard you like
Angry Birds
birds.
news, anyone? Actually, it's not so much news as a correction of a story that I reported on Monday's show saying that Angry Birds was the most downloaded PSN game of all time. That's not true. That was a bold-faced lie, actually.
That was
not so much a lie.
Information.
Yes.
Not
it was
true.
actually a miscommunication, you guys. I'm sorry about that. It's not the most downloaded game of all time on PSN. It's the most downloaded game on PSN for the months of January and February of this year.
Yeah.
So I think we can all just sigh a breath of relief and then get back to our lives and not care.
That terrible game is bringing the world down.
You were playing that before the show.
I was playing that like 20 minutes ago.
Other news that's worth talking about today, Sega took down the Streets of Rage fan remake. Can you guys believe this? I'm so upset.
Now the real streets have become Streets of Rage.
I know.
Because
I'm enraged. That's why. Although Hint, you can still find it on Mega Upload if you're so inclined. But still, kind of an unexpected turn from a company that's pretty well known for supporting its fan projects.
I didn't know companies were well known for supporting things. I'm just saying.
Well, they've had all those Sonic fan remixes and shit. Like, Sega's never bothered to take any of that stuff down. And so they released a statement this morning saying, quote, Sega is committed to supporting any fans that take an interest in our games, and where possible, we do so by involving them in beta tests and other development, marketing, or research opportunities. However, we need to protect our intellectual property rights, and this may result in us requesting that our fans remove online imagery, videos, or games in some instances. So the way I understand it is, if a company does not exercise its copyright, laws, then it's liable to lose them.
No, that's
in the
entirely
future.
true. I made my own version of the old Nintendo game Alfred Chicken, and I now own the rights to it because no one cares about that game.
That's a bold-faced lie.
That's completely a lie. I don't like the whole thing where companies are, I guess they're treated like individuals. They're treated like people, you know. And it's like, if they're gonna do that, like legally, on a legal standpoint, they do that. But like, why? Who would ever say that? Like, we really appreciate our fans. This is Ben Stein. Like, this is just, it's so. It's so inhuman. It's like these people spent 5 years making a Streets of Rage fan remake. Like, if it was some half-ass cobbled together thing made by a 13-year-old in his mom's basement, that's one thing. These guys apparently made like a really, really good Streets of Rage remake, and I don't know why they can't work something out. Like, oh great, you involve your fans in beta testing. That's kick-ass. Like, I know legally it's just unfair, but I just wish that they'd do something with that. It seems like a waste. They're like, oh yeah, this is the copyright.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, they used a lot of the actual like sprites and stuff from the original games, which is like, from what I understand, the Sonic fan remixes have all been made completely from scratch. So that's probably why they're in a tiff about this. But at the same time, like, there's no Streets of Rage remix being done by Sega.
No, exactly.
Like, so just let
ridiculous.
us have it. God damn it! I love that game.
Oh, my streets are
Wanna kill prostitutes?
Oh. Anyway.
So moving on to something slightly less angry.
Let's talk about a nice peaceful game.
Portal 2. It's coming out next week, actually. In fact, 1 week from today. April 19th is the release date. Or if you have Steam, it's a day early on April 18th. Valve has been releasing these weekly video things for the past 4 weeks or so leading up to the release of the game, called Aperture Science Investment Opportunities. The last one came out yesterday. It's called Long Fall Boots, and if you watch it, it's Chell just basically running around, and like, she falls from long distances and she doesn't die with these crazy special boots.
These wacky boots.
So
crazy boots.
I don't know if these are things that are like supposed to make you want to pre-order the game, because they say on the YouTube video that they're like reasons for you to pre-invest in Aperture Science Labs. I
think that Portal, the first one, wasn't even like really like quite a full game. It was a really short game. It was good. It was a really good game, and everyone loved it. And I think that kind of crept up on people. Portal 2 is them being like, okay, that's sold. Let's make a full-scale one this time.
Yeah.
And they're pushing it. They're doing a lot of marketing for this.
They know the formula works, you know?
I feel like the people who are going to buy the game, the majority of the people buying the game, they're going to buy the game regardless. I know some people are probably covering their eyes right now trying not to watch footage of Portal 2 or skipping ahead of this part because they don't want any spoilers whatsoever, nothing, you know?
I never understood people like that, but okay.
Well, they want like a brand new game. I'm kind of doing that with LA Noire myself, actually, because I'm just ignoring it because I want it to be like a crazy new thing when I first look at it. You know?
Well, the thing is, every time I hear news about LA Noire, it's like something different and awesome that I didn't expect.
Well, let's come back to that.
Yeah, let's come back to that, actually.
You go on the Portal 2 thing? Are you done?
Yeah, I'm
words?
pretty much good talking about it.
I want to talk about Mortal Kombat, which is, that comes out, again, on the 19th in North America, April 21st in Europe, and it's banned in Australia, so that kind of sucks. But like, as far as like noteworthy news goes about Mortal Kombat, the game itself, there's really not a whole lot to choose. I think you're better off just going and buying a copy of it. That's my personal opinion. Meanwhile, Warner Brothers jumped on Mortal Kombat Legacy, which is it's going to be a web series. It's going to be doing it in 10 parts. They're about 10 or 12 minutes long each, and the first episode actually premiered yesterday on our good friends at Machinima's YouTube channel. It's also on YouTube Live. They're trying out the same beta program we're doing. And it's pretty cool. As far as the cast goes, it's not really like A-list super celebrities or anything. They've got Sonya Blade being played by Jerry Ryan, a.k.a. 7 of 9 from Star Trek Voyager. And Michael Jai White, a.k.a. Spawn, is playing Jax. in our live stream. Somebody asked if I'd seen Black Dynamite, and I haven't, but apparently I should because it's cool. I was thinking about this. I'm really stoked about Mortal Kombat. Like, I'm really looking forward to that game, and like I just remembered, I don't know what made me think of this, but I used to be a huge Mortal Kombat fan when I was like 8, when I was like 7 or 8, like too young to really should be allowed to play that game, but I mean I have like a nostalgic connection to it. I'm really looking forward to the new one. I think it looks kick-ass.
The more I see of it, the more I'm excited too. I feel so lame repeating everything that we said on the live stream, but like Mortal Kombat and a game called Clay Fighter were the only two like fighting games that I could ever really get into. And like Street Fighter is like it's fine for some people, but it's just it wasn't my cup of tea. I was always into Mortal Kombat, especially Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Those are my favorite.
What I love about Mortal Kombat is that everybody in Mortal Kombat has a really cool name. Like everyone, like Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Nightwolf, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Kano, Sonya Blade. They're all really cool names. I want to like. Whenever I ever, knock some girl up or whatever, we gotta have a baby, or we're not gonna get a baby book. We're gonna get Mortal Kombat. Oh, should we name the kid Sonya? No, that's silly. How about Cabal?
Cabal.
I want to name it Cyrax. It's just like the coolest freaking Smoke. They're all like really badass names.
They are.
Meanwhile, Street Fighter, you got like Ken, Ryu, like. Chun-Li. There's no kick in the face with those names,
They're just normal American names.
My ex-girlfriend's stepdad is named Ken. Is that exciting? Like I don't know.
I also like how they made all of the female characters in the new Mortal Kombat like infinitely sluttier. Like Sonya Blade's outfit is like it may as well be a bra and like army pants or something.
Yeah, that would probably cover more.
Yeah, a pretty far cry from her like jazzercise outfit in the earlier games.
I got you a halter top Kevlar vest. Like that's exciting. I don't know. Anyway, that's Mortal Kombat. I'm a big dumb child, so I'm excited for that.
Hey, you're not the only one.
I can't wait to rip out some kidneys or whatever.
Moving on to something that's not quite as soon as a release, but May 17th is still.
LA Noire.
It's not too far away. LA Noire. Actually, the BBFC, which is the UK version of the ESRB, it's their rating system over there.
That's a lot of acronyms.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it one bit. Anyway, they came out with their report on the game yesterday, revealing that there are 5 hours and 12 minutes of cutscenes and 3 hours and 25 minutes of supplementary gameplay footage. Just to put that in comparison, or in perspective rather, for you, the whole game is supposed to be about 25 to 30 hours without side quests or anything, which is pretty decent. They say it contains very strong language, strong violence, sex references, and nudity, and also something about like pubic hair.
Yeah, apparently.
Actually, that was the ESRB, not the.
You were telling me about this before the show. Apparently, this game has pubic hair and racism.
Not just pubic hair, but pubic hair on mutilated bodies.
Oh my God, it's horrible. They're
Does
making
it get better?
Racist pubic hair on mutilated people. It's disgusting. Nudity. I'm stoked. This is gonna be a great game.
Yeah. So UK released their thing, and then the ESRB released theirs this morning, saying that there are quote. Players use pistols, rifles, machine guns, and flamethrowers to engage in firefights with various enemies. These shootouts are highlighted by realistic gunfire, cries of pain, and blood spurts that stain injured characters and the surrounding environment.
They have that in They've had that in games for years now. Pubic hair and racism.
Come
on, yeah. Sorry.
You really like pubic hair, don't you?
Hey man, I just think it's funny that they're actually making a note of that. Like that's like I mean.
That's not just any hair.
That's pubic hair, my friend. That's not.
That's no merkin, people.
Maybe it is. Maybe there's gonna be you found a merkin. It's a clue. I don't know. You guys don't know what merkins are, do you? You should Google that or something.
No, it's interesting though, because I've actually been wondering like how much violence is in this game, because Rockstar's been putting like most of their emphasis on like the investigation, interrogation aspects, but apparently there's quite a bit of violence in it.
And pubes.
Yeah. You keep talking about those pubes, Max.
I don't know. I think it's funny.
So Jim Sterling posted about that this morning. I thought it would be interesting to read a comment from the community. Destructoid user Elsa wrote, quote, I love the concept for this game, but I've not had much luck with Rockstar games in terms of basic game mechanics. The driving and shooting in GTA 4 were simply not fun, and in fact those aspects seemed barely functional.
I'm not okay with GTA 4 and not fun being used in the same sentence.
I completely agree though, like I had such a hard time driving that fucking car.
Yeah, I have a hard time driving cars in real life. Like I thought comparatively, like using the trigger system, like actually, if you get in a car and just slam on the gas, you're not gonna drive. Like that's not gonna work. I found that out the hard way in my friend's mom's minivan.
I'm never driving with you, Max.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
God
not.
you don't have a driver's license.
Yeah, I do. I just don't use it.
Fix your hair real quick.
Fix it.
Thanks. That was bothering me.
By the way, you guys compare me to Jersey Shore. I'm gonna fucking Bieberfy myself.
He's rocking the Bieb today, you guys.
I got the Bieber fever.
Anyway, I wanted to clarify to user Elsa that the game is not being developed by Rockstar. It's just being published by them. It's actually being developed by Team Bondi, so it's a completely different engine altogether. That said, there will be similarities to some past Rockstar games like Red Dead Redemption, for instance. We already know that there's going to be an XP system in LA Noire, and they're going to have these things called intuition.
A Windows XP system?
Yeah, exactly.
And they're just going, what is this? This doesn't exist in the 40s. What an anachronism.
This is so shitty. Okay, sorry. So they're gonna have these things called intuition points, which are like completely optional, but you can do it anyway. You can cash them in for like help or like clues, basically. So like if there's a part of the game where you have like a question and answer, it'll eliminate some of the incorrect answers. You know, like How to Be a Millionaire or whatever.
You know what game also has those things that you just said that I wasn't listening to? Yawn Factory, which isn't actually a game that never got made because it's too boring.
Is it just a terrible joke you
I want
just
you
made?
to. I don't know. I'm good.
That's right. You
It's
bring the sass to me, and
I feel like it's gonna be a really cool game. Like I think it's gonna be really awesome. But it's like if they pushed Red Dead Redemption as a game about lassoing, you know? Like there's a lot of lassoing in Red Dead Redemption, but there's also a lot of other really cool stuff you could do. And I don't know, I feel like they're pushing the smarty pants aspect of this game. It looks like a really
I think that's what's appealing about it though, is that it's different from other games like that. Max doesn't like. Max is a total conformist.
I'm a jerk.
Can't you tell by the way he dresses, you guys? I like how nobody knows how you dress. People have called you a hipster, a hippie.
Somebody called me a hippie one of those episodes. I was wearing a NASCAR shirt and a blazer. What do you think a hippie is? That's like a...
That's the exact opposite of a hippie. Yeah. Okay, anyway, back to news. LA Noire is coming to Xbox and PS3 May 17th in North America, May 20th in Europe and Australia. And Rockstar just announced today, actually, that they're going to be having a special PS3 exclusive. If you buy it for PS3, you'll get an extra bonus case called the Console's Car Traffic Case. Other pre-order things, GameStop, it looks like they're going to be the best place to pre-order it because you get...
You pre-order that, you get an actual lock of 1940s pubic hair, guaranteed.
God, they probably had a lot of it back then.
Yeah.
Pubic hair ran rampant.
Well, they hadn't discovered Brazil yet, or their wax that they have there.
So the GameStop pre-order comes with an extra bonus case called The Naked City, where you investigate the suicide of the famous fashion model. And there's also this badge pursuit challenge thing where they've apparently hidden like 20 police badges all around the city. And when you find them, you get XP, which helps you with intuition points. And then if you find all of them, you unlock this extra Button Man suit, which gives you extra ammo or something. That's pretty cool. Then the Walmart pre-order comes with an extra bonus case called Slip of the Tongue, which you guys have probably seen a trailer for. You investigate a series of auto thefts. And then there's a whole bunch of other retailers, Amazon, they're all doing kind of lame pre-orders like free weapons and outfits and stuff. It's not as cool. But you can check out lanoir.wikia.com. They have like so much information. Like we barely touched the tip of the iceberg on like LA Noire information in this show, but they've got all of it. And it's there. And you know who else has a lot of information? Destructoid.com.
Yeah, go to Destructoid.com, please.
Yeah. And also, I wanted to mention this game, Red Johnson's Chronicles, that I previewed.
I just got that Red Johnson.
I made a penis joke in my preview.
I didn't read your preview.
Fuck you, man. Just kidding.
Anyway.
So anyway, Red Johnson's Chronicles, it's kind of like LA Noire, but cheaper. It's going to be $12 on PSN. It's like an investigation game. It's a PSN exclusive right now, but it'll be coming to XPLA later this year. Check out my preview on Destructoid.com. It's a few days old, but you should be able to find it. In the meantime, let's take a moment to thank our sponsor.
Tara, take it away.
You guys have heard of books, right? Well, have you heard of audiobooks? They're books that let you read without reading. It's the next best thing to actually reading. And Audible.com makes it easy. They have a library of over 75,000 books to choose from, so you'll never have trouble finding what you like. For instance, maybe you're a fan of teen vampire novels.
Sorry.
Or teen werewolf novels. Or books about other supernatural creatures that prey on teenagers. Well, then you're in luck because Audible.com has all of them ready to download to your iPod or MP3 player as soon as you click buy. And Destructoid viewers get a special hookup since we know how much you like those steamy vampire novels. Max. Go to audiblepodcast.com/Destructoid for a free audiobook of your choice when you sign up. So I want you guys to download one, read it, and then let us know what you thought of it. Unless it's Twilight, in which case I do not care. Again, that's audiblepodcast.com/Destructoid for your free audiobook. No, you know what that means. It's time for another show and tell segment. I hope you brought cookies and juice, because I sure as hell didn't.
Damn it.
You always forget, Max. So for those
This is trash. This has been here for like the whole show.
Whose is that?
Do your show and tell.
Okay, so for those of you who have never seen my show and tell segment before, it's basically we highlight some of the awesome indie games that have been created by the Destructoid community. There are people out there who are far more talented than Max and I here. We just talk for a living, honestly.
Yeah,
Sometimes I write words, but
vapid.
not usually. So today I want to talk about a game called The Great Paper Adventure. It's pretty much a simple 2D side-scrolling shoot 'em up. But it's pretty neat. You're floating over this countryside in like a blimp or something, like a metal blimp. And you've got guns that shoot fire and like bullets and bombs. And like you're killing all these weird things. Like there's cows fucking everywhere in this game. And then there's like octopuses, or is it octopi? I don't know. Cacti? That's cactuses.
Yeah, things that are hard to pluralize.
Zombies. There's also like floating popsicles with mustaches, and then there's like a giant chocolate chip cookie boss at the end. So basically, if you like smoked a bunch of pot and did a bunch of acid and then like sat down at a computer and designed a video game, this is what it would look like. I don't know if that's actually what happened, but I do know it was developed by a pretty small 4-guy French development team called the Great Paper Team. That's what they call themselves. Might need to change if they ever develop another game again. But just a warning, they're a French development company, so English is not their first language, so you will have to, deal with some spelling errors, but you can look past that. The game's a lot of fun. All the music was done by Spintronic, who's this French chiptune artist. We like chiptunes. And it's actually free for PC right now. There is a donate button, so use that liberally if you're feeling generous. Or
Send them some francs so they can buy baguettes for their hungry children.
Or cigarettes.
It's so offensive.
On top of
My
that,
children need wine.
God, I hope those people don't hate me after this segment. So free for PC. On top of that, it's going to be coming to iOS devices sometime this summer, hopefully, and it should be coming to Xbox Live Indie Games section in just a few weeks for 240 Microsoft points. That's $3. And also, speaking to that, the developers did give us some exclusive information. They say that when the game comes out on the 360, the PC version is going to be updated. I always say PS3 when I'm trying to say PC. I don't know what it is. Nothing subliminal here. The PC version is going to be updated with a bunch of new levels and enemies, or well, actually one new level with a bunch of new enemies and a super hard boss. So if you want to check out this game, I think you can access it at thegreatpaperadventure.com, or you can also go to indiedb.com and just search for The Great Paper Adventure. And you'll be able to download the PC version for free there. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's
People
pretty cool.
like video games, right?
I guess so. I never got into them myself. So normally this is the part of the show where we would be
Talking about blunts and 40s.
I was trying to skip over that, but yeah. You guys requested we talk about blunts, 40s, and bitches. We're getting angry,
I have some
looks from our
strong
producer.
opinions about this. Just
Yeah.
putting that out there if you guys...
Marijuana is illegal.
It's a different show. You guys missed that discussion. I'm sorry. Instead, we're going to wrap things up here.
Sounds
because
good.
it is that time, and we've got to go to a THQ event now.
Yeah, we're going to go check out some things.
I'm going to demo this UFC fighting game for Kinect. It's going to be terrible. I mean, me demoing it, not the game itself, but me trying to move.
Anyway, wrap it up.
Sounds real simple,
Oh,
B.
yeah. One last thing. Where is that thing? That terrible thing? That phone I had. Oh, yeah. My whole BlackBerry contest where I had my old BlackBerry and I want you guys to give me ideas to how to destroy it. That's still going. You guys just have really overactive imaginations. I don't have access to explosives or guns. I'm not going to mail my BlackBerry to a guy in Russia.
I'm not going to crush it with my boobs, you guys. They're not made of cement.
Sorry?
What?
Cement?
Come again?
Cement?
Okay.
Cement?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I totally did not even intend for that to happen.
I love each and every one of you.
I'm fired, aren't I?
God, this is just a shit show.